What's going on, everybody? Benjamin Bokchoy back with an F122 and RaceNet video. We're going to be trying to use RaceNet to actually improve our lap times. As you can see, we are at Portugal today. Personal best 17.611 set back in August. Only good enough for 2408 or 2409, I should say. It was a low downforce setup, not the time trial setup, or at least I don't think it is anyway. So the new time trial setup is a little bit higher downforce, 2624 wings, and we're going to try and use this new setup to set a new lap time. And I do apologize, later on the audio is desynced a little bit, not really sure why that happened, but yeah, this is the RaceNet lap with our original personal best of a 17.611 on lower downforce wings. And as you can see, I went through and watched this lap plenty of times, plenty of times, and I noticed I'm entering wide when he's entering tight. I'm exiting tight when he's exiting wide. He's braking a lot earlier in a whole bunch of these corners, and I'm going in way too deep. With him braking earlier, he's able to carry a little bit more apex speed and able to get on the throttle a little bit more. As you can see, not hitting some of these apexes as well as I should be, and not going out quite as wide. So after reviewing this on RaceNet quite a few times, I've figured out what I needed to do, and certain corners where I realized I was losing a bunch of times, I was trying to improve at certain corners, specifically at first, and then hopefully work on my consistency. But yeah, we are what is it, almost 1.7, almost 1.8 seconds off of Barry Borman's time now. Chanakinchi is ranked 4th in the world, but since Barry raced in esports more recently and did so well for the McLaren team, I decided to use Barry's lap. Everybody else above them, there was one guy, I'm not quite sure if he's an actual legit guy, and then everybody else was cheating. Now, this was our first personal best. I forgot to hit record on the actual F122 time trial lap, but we managed to improve to a 1:17.495. So almost, maybe 1.2 tenths of a second faster. You can notice that our lines are a little bit tighter. We are trying to brake a little bit earlier and getting on the throttle a little bit earlier as well, trying to carry a little bit more higher apex speed around the corners. So still not really improving that much. I think I was playing for about an hour or two. I think if I practice a little bit more, I might be able to get this down and get it more consistently. If you actually string my personal best sectors together, I think we could have improved our lap overall by about 0.4 of a second, which is actually quite a big improvement, but just not consistent enough to string those sectors together on a consistent basis, which gives me so much more respect for these esports guys who are going like world record pace and able to consistently hit that pace or close to that pace every single time that they go out on track. It is quite impressive. So yeah, just about to end our first personal best of the day, 495, and there you go. If you I'm not going to compare this lap, I'm going to compare my actual personal best to my original personal best at the end of the video, so you can kind of compare those. But this was a big issue for me. For some reason, I had 2 good laps not recorded to the servers for some reason by Cody's and EA. This was our personal best of the day. It was about 0.2 faster than our original personal best of a 1:17.611, and it just did not record to the server. EA and Cody's, it is January, almost February. How is this still an issue? This was an issue on launch day. Actually, you know what? I don't even know what I'm saying. This has been an issue since like F1 2019. Weekly event laps not recording to the server, and just losing your personal best in time trial or your qualifying times in weekly events. But yeah, I just figured I'd throw this up here anyway. This was a legit lap, actual legit lap that I managed to set a really good time on, almost 0.2 off of my personal best. I think if I put in like a couple hours a day for maybe 2 weeks, I might be able to improve and be consistently good at it, but I just don't play this game nearly quite enough. And like I said earlier, huge respects to the esports guys who are able to hit their lap times consistently. But yeah, we hit a 17.413, almost 0.2, and we were just 0.02 of a second off of 0.2 improvement on our original personal best. and just did not record. I didn't get that new leaderboard rank graphic in the middle of the screen when I completed it, so I knew right away that I didn't record, and was quite upset about it, since that was after, you can see, 40 laps of time trials, and just did not record my actual personal best. So a little bit disappointed, but we will go on and show you my actual recorded personal best. And this 483 was an improvement by maybe 0.008 of a second, or maybe a full hundredths of a second, and again, it did not record. But as you can see, right after that, we managed to set another personal best, still green through the first sector here, and then coming down the TRS straight, we are at about 2 hundredths off. 2 hundredths better, and again, I apologize for the audio desync. Not really quite sure what happened. This is a desync issue with my recording. Maybe explains why my lap times weren't uploading to the server, but yeah, I don't know why the audio is like this. So as you can see, we're right on the border of red and green delta here, and just off by a few thousandths and a couple of hundredths of a second. Not really tidy through Sector 2. Sector 2 was probably my toughest sector. I managed to set purple sectors in Sector 1 and Sector 3 all day, and I only managed to set a purple second sector once out of the 50 or 60 laps that I did. And yeah, Sector 2 really needs improvement. That double apex corner really is an issue for me. But as you can see, coming down the start-finish straight, this is comparing to our 493 lap, even though it says 483 up there. We managed to almost improve by a half a tenth, and ultimately we improved by a tenth and a half, I think, at the end of the day. So really good for maybe about an hour and a half of analyzing laps and then running it in time trial. Like I said, if I put in some more time, I can probably improve. If you string my best sectors together after that hour and a half of playing, I might have improved by about 4/10, which would have been really impressive if I could do, but I wasn't able to consistently hit those good sectors. So this is our race net video of that 463 lap that we just did. You notice we are trying to let the car drift out a little bit wider on exit so that it'll straighten up and we can get on throttle a little bit quicker. Trying to make our racing line nice and tidy and try to follow Bari's racing line as much as possible. Still not really able to do it. We only managed to improve by about 2/10, which is still good. I'm happy with that. After about an hour and a half, I'm happy with that kind of improvement. And you can even see with the racing line, it's a lot tidier than our original personal best. Still need to work on our braking zones in this corner, especially the double apex right-hander at the top of the hill. Still having issues with that, as the racing line assist is kind of blind as soon as you reach that first corner. It's really difficult to spot. So I don't know how the guys that don't use the racing line do it. But yeah, this was our 463 lap on RaceNet, and I think it looks a lot better than the original personal best that we set. So yeah, guys, that is it. I will leave you here with the split screen so that you can kind of compare the two laps that we set. Not really sure why I tried to make the start as exact as possible. On the left hand side is the new personal best, on the right hand side was the old personal best, and you can see the racing line is a lot closer to Bari's racing line, and we are managing, well, you can't see a throttle trace, I'm sorry about that, but at least the racing line you can see we are a lot closer to Bari's. Not quite as like it's not like a squiggly line. It's a little bit tighter. So yeah, marked improvement from our first personal best run. And we still aren't really able to keep up with Bari. It's only a 2/10 improvement, so he's still blowing by. But I see on the right hand side of the screen he's already gone, and on the left hand side you can still kind of see him on screen as well. So yeah, this was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, a little insight into what I'm now just trying to do to help improve my time. But if you guys think I've earned it, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Remember to eat your bok choy. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'll leave you with the end of this lap.